I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who will have more receiving yards in 2022 and why? George Kittle or Brandon Aiyuk?
I mean, I'm just going to have to stay with the brand. I'm going to go with George Kittle.
All right. Well, I'll make the argument first and then you counter. I think it's going to be Brandon Aiyuk. And I think for a few reasons. One, I think he's going to play more games than Kittle. That's a big one. Two, he's in the contract year. There's always been one guy who's real motivated. I think it's going to be him. And three, I think the transition from Jimmy to Lance is going to be big. I think you're going to see less passes to tight ends and more passes outside the numbers going to benefit Aiyuk. That's why I'm going with Aiyuk here.
I think you're going to see all those things. I also think the way, especially teams defended the 49ers the last 8 weeks of the season, the way, Aiyuk was getting so many one-on-ones on the backside to just run slants and digs. I think you're going to see him have opportunities, though. I do think that if you really watched the Niners offense last year, there was a clear distinction on the way they ran plays on who number one and number two on this offense were and where Aiyuk stood. At least I would say he was even fourth because Elijah Mitchell, it felt like they featured him more on plays just because of the run game element of it. So because of that, but honestly, I could see it, right? Aiyuk had a really strong finish to the season. He looked really good. But I'm just going to have to stay with the brand and go with George Kittle because I still think he's the best tight end in the NFL. And he had some mammoth receiving games for a stretch of 4 games last year that was really, really special. I think Trey Lance, the bootleg game, the added element of quarterback movement within the pocket. Owen Daniels had success with Kyle Shanahan. Chris Cooley had success with Kyle Shanahan. Fred Davis had success with Kyle Shanahan. Austin Hooper had success with Kyle Shanahan. George Kittle has had success with Kyle Shanahan. I think George Kittle is going to have a historic season next year. You know what? I'm taking it all the way to hyperbole.
I hope he does. I hope he stays healthy and does it.
You see Mark Andrews just broke the tight end record?
Kittle, get it.
Kittle's breaking it.
I can't get over this one thing, though. From Lance's start against Houston, just one game. But he had Aiyuk, Samuel, Jennings, Mitchell, Juszczyk, Kittle. I mean, he had the whole smorgasbord. And what he did in that game was 6 targets for Aiyuk, 4 catches, 94 yards. 6 targets for Samuel, 3 catches, 63 yards. And then Jennings, Mitchell, Juszczyk, Kittle, Sherfield each got 2 targets. That's interesting to me. It's just one game, though.
But the way the Texans came into that game trying to take away George Kittle, too.
True. All right, well, we'll revisit this at the appropriate time, and I'm sure I'll get most of them wrong, but it's just fun to discuss now.
I mean, I'm sure if we do this exact predictions by, training camp, we'll both have different answers.
That's a good point. I'll forget what I said, and I'll have a different answer.
But I'm right now just for the brand, just picking Kittle. I find it funny to troll you a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Good fun.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, that's why, when we did the little breakout stars on the 49ers, my buddy Blake picked Mike McGlinchey as the breakout star for the 49ers in 2021. He didn't get that prediction right, but he did troll you with it. And I will do the same here because I think George Kittle will have a historic season. I think it's going to be one of the great tight end seasons we've ever seen. Breaking Mark Andrews' record again.
I love it. All
I'm
right.
thinking 90 catches, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns.
You hear that, George? Prove him right.